Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Round of applause and you go, that's it. Damn, that's a bomb with a flick on my wrist. Jersey on my chest, that's a team that I rep. Came in as a rookie, now I'm balling like a vet. If you talking crazy, better say it with your chest. Hit him with the right, then I hit him with the left. Ooh, ooh. Then the juke move, Heisman, stiff arm, lights out, you snooze. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight, we finish off Week 4 with a good Monday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Here we go, set.
They start the drive with Cook. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
He's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Lawrence on the sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
I think in this situation, all you want to do is make sure your guys are set up front. No one jumps, no penalties. Sometimes you don't even call cadence, just go and pick it up.
Yeah, because it's on them. I mean, the quarterback's job's pretty easy there.
It really is.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
A part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now, on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. That's Akeem Hicks, the towering NFL vet, coming in for the sack.
Here we go.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Burrow. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. A nice gain there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's covering it. Is it a small cornerback? Is it a linebacker who may not run as well? In any event, whatever you see, you think that tight end can win that battle.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Play action. It's Burrow. That's going to be caught. And the Bengals are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Devin Singletary, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Looking to throw, Lawrence. He's got this one completed to Mills. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They're not enough juice and ambitious effort, but
that's a very low percentage kick. Don't tell him he doesn't believe it, but this one winds up no good.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal first.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well. Exactly.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lawrence on third down. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. Finding room at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves. But this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
Lawrence's throw into the hands of Andrews. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
On first down, Lawrence buying time to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
He's got room at the 30, and he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run, 34 yards.
This defense is definitely reeling a little bit now. Back-to-back big plays given up, and you know that's all defenses talk about. How do you limit that? Instead, they got hit by a 1-2 punch those last couple of plays, and now they've got their backs to the goal line.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. That's what they wanted out of that first down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was getting it in, and now they can do whatever they want because they've got...
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
And some space here. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one 28 yards on the ground. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. Touchdown! Jamar Chase, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Bengals grab it. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Burrow looking to pass. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so it probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw taken in here by Jackson. A big play there on the catch and run. 77 yards. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
On the stick.
They'll run with Cook, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Sliding out of the pocket. His pass caught at the 4. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Another shot to at least get on the board here. This is 3rd and goal. Here's Lawrence to throw. Out to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joseph Osai able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it will be 4th down.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
4th down. Here's Lawrence. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. Well, Charles certainly circled that play. We might have to revisit it later. They had 3 in their back pocket. They go for it on 4th and goal and throw the pick.
Well, you know, we're still in the first half. A bold call nonetheless. And I guess the book might have said take the 3, but it looks like they burned the book and just said give me the analytics. And the analytics said go for it. Didn't work out.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. Joe Reed going to return it from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. Mixon will get it to start the second half. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 96 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the 3rd quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
Here we go.
Back to Mixon on first down. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. So nothing there that time. And maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't. And you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins. The 30! And he'll be brought down at the 27.
So often on these RPOs, we see the ball get from the quarterback to the receiver in what feels like a nanosecond, but on this play, he actually cleared coverage downfield a bit before the ball got to him. The net result, though, a considerable gain.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Burrow giving it to Mixon on the option. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business in the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
That was a heck of an effort to stop him just short of the marker, but now they're going to need another big play on 4th down on defense, I believe, because offensively, they went from 3rd and long to now it's a go situation here on 4th and inches.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Offense set at the line for this next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Lawrence. He finds his man. It's Charlie Kohler. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Now Lawrence on 1st down. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down. Now Lawrence. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Eli Apple. And the Bengals will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
11 MT, hey! 11 MT.
Burrow will throw. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Give him 32 on the play.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for him.
Here we go, get in the huddle.
A draw play for Mixon. And a short gain here down to the 22. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Second and 9. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters.
Here we go.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Burrow. And a throw there going to be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 151 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
11.
Mixon. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Here's Mixon. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9.
There have not been a lot of great moments for this defense throughout this game. Finally, they have one they can hang their hat on. A nice stop there.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Setting up the screen for Cook. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Lawrence. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Eli Apple. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Once again, they run with Mixon. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Here we go. Here we go.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
They gotta go.
Burrow on play action. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 170 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
12 yards that time at a Cincinnati first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches have had a reliable running game. They breathe a little easier on the sideline. Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Come on, ready?
Again, it's Mixon. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. Well, partner, under the lights in prime time, this offense...
Better. Petty don't matter. Far as the teller, I pray to God they rattle tattle. Hey, what's a rapper? I started off that, now I'm better. I get capital. I help my people to get cheddar. I do business. Look here, stay out my business. I'm so iceberg slimish, stainless, not a blemish. I should have been in prison. Don't boy remorse, no cases pinned. I got the rolling flooded, soaking wet, but ain't been swimming. I'm the man.